We're live. Okay, we have a big show today. Welcome to Talking Live. I'm Dr. Robi Ludwig. We are so excited. We are doing Cuban inspirations, which is a little bit of a departure, but since we have Stylist to the Stars, Evan Elkowitz, she does Style by Evan. She also writes a regular column at Bella Magazine, and we are just so excited to have her because we're going to hear about all of the exciting things that she does, and we'll also give you a link so that you can find her as well. Evan, we have been talking about doing a show together for a really long time.
Forever.
Since we, I think, first met.
For so long.
And what's so nice about you and your visual sensibility is that you are always traveling internationally. Yeah, I mean, you're in Ireland, you're in Israel, you're in Portugal, you're in Cuba, but you have a special feeling towards Cuba,
yes,
which is a place that you go to a lot. Yes. Tell me how this first came about.
Well, I first went to Cuba last year, and someone who I know called and said, I heard you're going to be in Cuba. Would you be willing to style a photo shoot while you're there for a Cuban jeweler? And I said, sure, why not? Because if you don't try, you don't know. And, so I gave it a shot. I gave it a chance. I flew to Cuba. I brought clothes.
I think we even have a picture too of you styling the girls, and we will get to that.
Oh yes.
There you are on the shoot. Was that the first shoot that you went on?
So that was the first shoot.
That
was my first official day in Cuba. So I traveled around Havana in a van with 4 models, makeup, hair, photographer, and we all got acquainted and became fast friends. And we did a pretty nice job.
I mean, everybody wants to be a stylist, and really the job of a stylist is to make everybody look their best.
Yeah.
Like before the show, I was like Unga Potchking with my necklaces and putting on extra things, and you said the earrings are enough, and that's just fine. And that's really what a good stylist does. Tell me how you got interested in this whole field.
Well, to be honest, I grew up in a very stylish family. My mom has really, really beautiful taste, and my aunt, and so I just sort of always, deferred to them because I just like to, look at beautiful things. And they used to schlep me and drag me, from store to store my entire childhood. So I'm kind of, a victim of a fashion-forward family.
And you have to be artistic as well.
I think it just comes from inside of you.
Yeah, like it's a natural sensibility. How have your travels influenced how you style your clients?
Well, I think that when I look at people, I want everyone to look different, and I want everybody to have their own sort of like fashion identity. Mm-hmm. So when I dress someone, I look at their vibe, and I try and see like what'll make them feel sexy, what'll make them feel beautiful. What have I seen in my travels that'll make them feel, different, and what'll make them feel confident. So, I don't know, I guess it depends, from person to person.
So you try to match what you think will help them bring out their sexiness, or what will help them be their most beautiful self. Do you have a country where you feel really gets it right when it comes to style and women and men, or does it just depend on the stylish person in the various countries that you visit?
I mean, I think that the Italians have amazing fashion sense, and the French have amazing fashion sense. And I was just in Portugal, and I actually found some really fun, cool little pieces at little avant-garde stores, and I actually even found a Cuban bar. I followed the Cuban music in Lisbon, and I found the Cuban bar. So, style lives everywhere. I just think that you have to be there to find it.
Yes. Do you have a certain style muse?
There's someone who I really love. I don't know. There are a lot of people who I love. A lot of different, like Miuccia Prada, I love, and Stella McCartney, I love, and I don't know. There's just so many people who I look at and I get ideas from all the time. So it's hard to say. But musicians, I mean, there's just so many people who are dancers, Cuban artists. Really
and we can get visually inspired so much with Instagram and just, there's so many photos all around us and Pinterest. Now, you decided to partner up with a group called Cuba with Purpose with the co-founder, Alex Areces. Did I say that right?
Yes, Alex
Areces. And we want to say buenas noches y bienvenidos to all those people out there that are speaking Spanish. Alex is yeah. Alex is a wonderful person. His mission is incredible. How did the two of you meet? And we also have a picture of the two of you somewhere in there. How did the two of you meet and decide to work together? There he is. He looks great. He photographs very well, Alex.
Is so cute.
Yeah.
So Alex and I met in Miami, actually. I had a pair of sunglasses that had to get to a friend in Cuba, and I had just gotten back, and Alex was going. So somebody linked us together, and Alex came to my hotel in Miami and sat down next to me at the pool, and we just started chatting, and he was like, oh my God, you're obsessed with Cuba. I'm like, I know. He's like, well, let's talk. And I said, there needs to be a Cuban fashion tour. And a few months later, he called me and said, would you host it? And I said, of course, So
what I really love about Cuba with Purpose is that his goal, his family was in Cuba, and then obviously had to immigrate to the United States in New York City. And he now goes back. So he was not so familiar with Cuban culture and really went back to reacquaint himself with the entrepreneurs there. And his goal really, and this is where the two of you really work so beautifully together, his goal is to give the entrepreneurs more of a voice. Since it's harder in Cuba, obviously, because it's socialist, it's a one-party state. You went there and met a lot of the fashion designers and jewelers, and we have some photos as well of some of the designers that you met. What did you notice about their sensibilities?
Well, it's interesting. The first time I went to Cuba, I had worked on a fashion shoot, but every time that I kept going back, I kept meeting with different Cuban designers because that's my thing.
Yeah.
And I just kept noticing like there's so many creative, incredible designers there. I mean, one of my closest friends is an editor of Amano magazine.
Oh, yes. So this is a gorgeous, hi Dario, and thank you for your email earlier. So you are now going to be writing for this magazine, which is incredible. And you can get this online as well. So people can download the magazine if they want it. Where can people get this magazine if they want to buy it?
It's not for sale, but you can contact Amano.
Okay.
And they will send you copies. And it's distributed, it's printed in Canada. And they can send it to you if you request it. And it's amazing and it's beautiful and everybody needs to read it.
And we should also say, too, that in Bella Magazine's holiday issue, and we have a copy of that cover as well, you wrote a whole article about Cuba and Havana and the inspirations and what inspired you. So that, I believe, is out now. So Bella's Magazine is out, so you can check that out as well because the article was just beautifully written.
Thank you.
Today, and we're going to also mention, just before we look at the fashion show that you've curated for us, that we will be collaborating together on the fashion tour, where I will try to highlight some of the fashion designers and give them a voice via the media. And we have a few spots left, and we're going to have a link where people can sign up for a fashion tour where they intimately will get a sense of the country and the foods and the designers and the people that are there. And that's what makes Cuba with Purpose very different. It's not just a tour. It's let's get to meet the people and find out what they're about.
Oh, absolutely.
Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Am I missing anything?
No, I mean, it's funny because Alex and I, when we met, we realized how many people that we knew in common. And Alex would go to Cuba and call me and say, everyone knows you. And I'm like, Alex, I'm the Juban, like the Jewish New York girl who goes to Cuba and meets everybody. And so anyways, and Alex knows everyone, that I was friendly with. And so exactly, we're going to take everyone there and introduce them to Dario and to all the different designers who he and I are both friendly with, and to try and help expose them and show the world, like, the genius, the creativity that's going on in Havana now that the world needs to be educated.
Yeah, so hopefully we can share that. And Alex is such a good person inside and out.
Yes.
Well, let's get to some of our beautiful Cuban designs that you brought for us. Who is our first model? I have to say our models are very beautiful. Come on in. Let's see. This is gorgeous. Tell me a little bit about this dress. And also, we have Kim Myles, who is a top hairstylist from James Corbett Studio, which is in the Flatiron District. It's one of the top 100 salons. It was voted, right,
Yes,
Kim?
that's right.
Well, come on and Kim, why don't you show us a little bit what you did with the hair, and then we'll have Evan talk about the dress.
Sure. So Evan, this dress, to die for, first of all. And what I liked about it is it's kind of got that classic 50s vibe, but it's a modern interpretation. So I wanted to kind of do a throwback hairstyle. So very classic chic chignon, very tight in the back. And then if you'll just show the people the little pin curls.
Oh, I love
So 2 little pin curls. So keeping it kind of easy, simple, but very, very crisp so that the dress does the talking and her beautiful
It's
face.
just gorgeous. And of course, makeup is by Maureen. She always does it. Maureen, do you want to just say hello and talk about it? She's saying no. So anyway, we'll show pictures of her later. Evan, tell me a little bit about the designer, the dress, because it's very different. The material is different.
Yeah, well, it's the dress is designed by my friend Boris Antonio Perez Vasquez. He actually teaches at the Design Institute in Havana. He's amazing. He is one of the designers that I featured in the article in Bella.
Oh, okay.
You'll meet him on the trip in Havana, and he is so amazing. He takes all of these different fabrics and he recycles them, and he makes these gorgeous patterns and tapestries out of pieces that he basically just holds on to and finds.
It's fabulous.
He makes bags out of this, which you'll see. He makes tops, skirts. He's an incredible guy.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Who is our next model? We have Jada coming. Okay. So,
All
Kim,
right.
do you want to tell us a little bit about? It looks like Daisy Dukes. Is that? Yeah.
I want these legs, like right now.
She's ready for salsa.
Yes, she is. I wanted to just go kind of sexy. I mean, I know that seems like a stretch with this one.
Right.
Why would I do it? But I wanted it loose. I wanted it carefree. I love the outfit. And so I kind of wanted to do a beachy wave, but one little thing about the wave, setting them in different directions. You know, so if you'll notice around her face, these go back, these go forward. That's just a little more naturalistic, little trick. We're all into the wands. Everybody does the beach. Mix it up, mix the directions.
I love that.
Gets it a little bit looser.
Looks beautiful. Evan, tell me about this outfit.
So the shirt is from a store in Havana called Clandestina, and it's part of their Vintrash collection, which means it's vintage inspired, and it's also like they call it trash because it's recycling pieces that now were discarded. But anyhow,
so it's recycled.
It's recycled. It's recycled fabric, and they hire like local artists to do all their different collections.
Beautiful.
And the dinosaurs represent Cuba and like what goes on with their technology and how sort of like they're kind of coming along.
They're like the done. Tell me about the necklace.
And the necklace is from a market in Havana.
Beautiful.
I picked it up in Havana.
Beautiful. And one of the things that's unique in Cuba is that they have to make the most of every single thing that they have. Because it's not like...
And our bracelet as well.
Oh, okay.
And
the bracelet.
It's made of resin and vintage Cuban coins.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Jada. Okay. And then our next beautiful model. Okay, Kim, tell us what you did with this stunning one.
All right, well, Janae is stunning, obviously. Yes. And what I really loved with this romper was just the cute factor, the casualness of it, but it's so perky, which is really her. This is this girl. So what I liked here was just letting her beautiful hair be natural. Yeah. So this is a cut. This is one of my cuts, actually. So a lot of movements, a lot of layers. Really just letting it be its best self. It's living its best life right now.
Yeah, her hair is happy.
Yeah.
She has happy hair. Okay, Evan, tell me about this outfit. It's adorable. I mean, it was like it was made for her.
It's so cute, right?
For Janae, right.
So this designer, her name is Maria Laura, and her collection is called El Encanto. And I met her the last time when I was recently in Cuba. She does all vintage inspired pieces. And I love this little romper because I just thought it, reminded me of like 1950s. I thought it was so chic. And the bracelet's also Cuban. It has resin and Cuban coins made by these other artists that I know. And
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a
She looks
beautiful,
beautiful.
casual,
Yeah,
chic
she
look.
looks- yeah, super cute.
Thank you so much, Janae. Thank you. Okay. This is our next. Now, this is what we're calling our Cuban inspired wear because it's from my sister, which is the Raimi Brook line. The nice thing about this is that people can get it right now. It's great for people who are going to resort during Christmas vacation and want to spice things up, and it's definitely got that. And you're wearing the Cuban jewelry. Kim, tell me again about the hair and how it is so versatile with this outfit as well.
That's the beautiful thing about a classic hairdo. When you have a classic updo, it can go wherever you want it to go.
Yeah.
It can go casual, it can dress down, it can dress up. It's always going to work, and it's always going to make a statement without being too loud. You know what I mean? Like, it just always looks chic. You look put together. She's wearing this great little casual outfit, but you know, she looks tight.
I mean, this is great. I mean, this is something that you could wear to like a cocktail party outdoors. Evan, take it from here.
I was just gonna say it's super like wearable and easy, and I would even you could even switch out the top and do like a little white tank and a little denim jacket over it. It's just adorable. I love the look.
Yeah, looks great.
Super
Thank
fun.
you so much. Okay, Jada is here doing a combination. And again, the sexy hair, Kim.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. Hello. So we saw her in Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
Now she's ready to go have a cocktail in the evening. Right? I mean, the beachy wave really goes the distance.
Yeah.
It is absolutely versatile. And what I like about it is that it is just loose. It's sexy. There's nothing fussy happening, which I really enjoy, and I feel like that's a great counterpart to the outfit.
And I think men really like it when you have beautiful hair that it's flowing.
Yes.
So this again is from Raimi Brook's line. This is, you can go on to her website and find it. These things are being sold now. But tell me a little bit how you mixed American fashion, which is Cuban design, with Cuban fashion, which is a nice hybrid.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When we spoke about some of the pieces that Raimi does, I mean, they're definitely Caribbean inspired. I mean, or they have Caribbean flair because of the color and the styling, and they're just easy and beautiful. So I just sort of mixed. This handbag is by Boris and Antonio Perez, who did the dress earlier. He made it for me. He used again his little patchwork method, and he put in the pink suede, and he lined the inside, and he's just amazing. It's
now,
incredible.
do they wear ever that purse with the matching dress, or is that too much? I would do that. I'm getting laughter. This is why I stay on my side of the fence, people.
I love you. Less is more.
Yes. Break the set. Break the set.
I don't know where I was born. I was like, more is more, people. More is more. Well, anyway, I think it looks gorgeous. And I love that, too. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy.
No.
The colors can just nicely go together. It looks gorgeous. How do you feel in it?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I would wear this actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
stunning.
you know who to ask for it.
Yeah.
So you know where to get it. So that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Keep on get the bag.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Then our next lovely model, too, is wearing a hybrid.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
beautiful.
from the Raimi Brook collection, which is right now her it's online, and it's for people who are going away. It is her leisure line, and for people resort who are going away. And you mixed it again, a hybrid.
Yep. Put a
For-
Cuban necklace with it.
And look at that, matches so nicely.
So
Very
cute.
simple. How do you feel in it? How do you feel in the dress?
Elegant and dreamy and ready for a night out in Cuba.
Yeah,
Yes.
I feel like this is very versatile because you can be swimming at the beach and then throw this on and be ready for a beautiful evening.
Yeah.
And cocktails out of a great place.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I think it's incredible. Kim, any thoughts about the hair?
Well, yet again, you see the power of that kind of gorgeous girl
Right.
next door
Yeah.
hair. Like, it just always works. It's working. I love this dress. I just feel like it's so floaty and light, and I want her to be taking a walk on the beach.
And
Having the romantic moments.
Yeah.
Like,
I
flipping
think-
that hair. you know.
I love it, Kim. You're great. And you know what? I'm a real jewelry person. So for me, the fact that you could just put on simple beads, I think just makes the outfit. It brings out the other colors. Yeah.
Just a little pop is all you need. Simple.
Fantastic. Let's get all of our models in so that they can show themselves off. This is fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, Evan, thank you, girls. So, Evan, we want to just encourage Kim, come down so you can be seen.
Oh, hello.
We don't want you to be hidden.
Hello.
Again, everything will have information up online so you can find out about Ramey's line, so you can find out about James Corbett Studios and about Kim, who's there, and she has done some of these fabulous cuts. She's done all of the hair, and Evan, style by Evan as well. She is available to style you and make you look your very best. And if you have any questions about Cuba with Purpose or the tour, that we have a few seats available, and it's going to be a wonderful trip.
Absolutely.
Please let us know. Reach out to us. Thank you.
You can find me on Instagram, Style by Evan.
Yep, Style by Evan. Kim, did you want to say where people can find you?
Absolutely. So James Corbett Studio, as well as my own Kim Myles Design.
Great. Girls, you want to do a plug?
Hey, of course.
Yeah.
Guys, Stephanie Doctoro
Okay.
And where can I find you?
on Instagram.
Okay. Perfect.
Hi, I'm Janae, and you can find me at Janae NYC, JeneNYC. And my name's Jada, and you can find me at Jada K Beauty on Instagram.
So Jada is my niece, and she's also a makeup artist as well. So she, you know, if you're getting married or bridal or whatever, she's the person. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for coming on tonight and doing our Cuban inspirations. We're thrilled to have you, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.